Spencer,
Lee.
this is a YouTube exclusive video, audio that we are doing. It is only on YouTube. This will not appear on any of our podcasts. And we are discussing the fact that Spencer, a one book adaptation that adapted one book, has been renewed for season 2 and 3. That's right. Shogun has been renewed. Well, the news is, let me be precise about this. The news is Shogun has been renewed by FX for season 2. It is likely to be renewed for season 3 before season 2 airs. Spencer, big book fan that you are, big James Clavell fan that you are, Shogun, one of your favorite books. We know that season 1 went all the way through the one and only book of this story of Shogun.
Yep.
How do you feel about a season 2?
There's many ways they could have done this that wouldn't leave me abjectly terrified. They have not picked any of those paths. I think when you originally texted me this was going to happen, A, I didn't believe you, and B, I think what I said back to you was, I don't know why and I don't know how, but somehow I blame you.
Yeah, my tweet on it was, what does a stomach ulcer feel like?
It's just, they could have done more episodes. They could have ended season 1 halfway through the book and had the second season start afterwards. If they wanted more James Clavell, they could have gone through the rest of the Asian saga. There's 6 books, and Shogun is the earliest one in history. In terms of, earliest one in, the timeline history rather than the earliest one published. There's many ways they could have done this that, it actually adhered to the books and the series and the writer that I like so much. This, I don't know what they're going to draw from. Maybe they can start drawing from real-life history and mixing that into things and, follow the real life of William Adams, the inspiration for Blackthorn, in terms of the book, but can't imagine they're doing that either. I'm just left kind of baffled what they're going to do to make this work.
Well, and when they announced a season, they announced that they were thinking about a season 2. I actually got kind of excited because I thought they were going to jump ahead and do more of the Asian saga, right? Which would require significant time jumps, new cast, that sort of thing.
Taipan,
but it was
1841, Gaijin, 1862, various moments in history.
But it was coupled with the announcement that they had signed on Hiroyuki Sanada, who played Toranaga, for season 2.
Yeah.
So when those two things hit at the same time, I thought, oh, okay, so they're just going to fanfic this thing. They're just going to make up some new thing for Toranaga to deal with next season that wasn't in the book. Very, very season 6, 7, and 8 of Game of Thrones, Spencer. Your favorite seasons, of course, well documented.
What it really reminds me of is saying that Rings of Power is an adaptation of Tolkien. It's
go preach.
Of where effectively what they have here in terms of Clavell's guide, was that Clavell was just, copying the history, they've got the epilogue. And the epilogue and also Toranaga's musings then go through the next 30 years of what his plans and plots are. And again, also the real life history for what occurred during that period that Clavell was, writing about for his historical fiction. That's some cliff notes they then can expand on. And if Rings of Power is any guide, that's not a comforting feeling.
I love it when you get rolling on Rings of Power.
Not my favorite show.
On the Mangum Talks podcast recently, you have been very positive. You've been positive about Shogun, relatively positive about Fallout. I am ready to start getting some negative, Spencer, again. I think we're going to get it with season 2 of House of the Dragon, but I know with any Rings of Power discussion we have, the Salty Spencer's coming out. I don't like this at all. I don't like it at all. The only thing let me pitch season 2. The only season 2 pitch that I'd be a part of. You ready for it? You the executive?
Yes. Go on.
Okay.
Mr. Waterfield, thank you for coming. Please present us your pitch.
Sure. Yeah, and thank you for the free sparkling water. That's a nice touch. Really like this office here.
That's not free. Leave $1 at the door. Please go on.
I will pay for it. Sure. And I appreciate you returning my text. You're a very quick texter. I do appreciate that.
That was my secretary, but yes, please continue.
10 episodes, just the battle that we didn't get in season 1. Can we get that?
You wanted.
I want 10 episodes of just the battle that they yada yada at the end of season 1. Every aspect of the battle, the beginning, the preparations, the stem, the tide, the fighting, the execution at the end of it of Ishido, the whole thing. 10 episodes of that. Don't fanfic past that, though. Don't go past the epilogue of Shogun the book. I think you're on shaky ground when you do that. You are walking the plank when you decide, oh, how about let's do a buddy cop with Toranaga for next season and just see what his new travels are. That is going to be trouble.
So your plan here, if I understand you correctly, Mister, can I call you Lee? Can I call you Lee? We're friends now. Yes.
Please do. Yeah, I did get the water.
You that is clearly a gesture among friends. I offered you salt and water. You want to stretch a 6-hour historical battle into a 10-episode television series.
That is exactly what I'd like to do.
Are you proposing like 2 episodes before, 2 episodes after, and the middle is just straight up fighting?
No 2-episode buffer. 10 episodes of the battle.
You want each episode to be 45 minutes of the battle.
Yes, very, very much like last book Wheel of Time situation. I need 900 pages. I need 10 hours of just the battle. I would, yeah. That Spencer is my idea for at least cover some of the battle. If they just time jump a year and they're like, okay, this is what Toranaga's dealing with now, I would feel almost like bait and switch on the artistic integrity of the group that makes this show, and it would feel like such a cash grab. I know we would cover it in some way, but I would feel reluctant to cover it every single episode.
I would watch it because I do like some of the new things that they did and some things they emphasized and some things that were just wholly novel to the series. These guys are capable writers, but I was most confident in them as adapters rather than independent writers. I don't know them from Adam when it comes to them making something out of whole cloth or drawing from history rather than, the written text of Shogun. I can guess, from my knowledge of history, points that they would hit. Won't talk about them here because maybe they're spoilers, maybe not. But it's just, I had a frame of reference to be confident and be excited going in about knowing they had a wonderful base to draw from. I just don't have that here. And it just leaves me without the same kind of, aggressive, all-encompassing motivation to want to take part in it. I'll be interested. I'll definitely give it a 2-episode try and see how it does, or happily record podcasts on it if people of our fans wanted to see it. But I don't have the inherent built-in smile that I did on the knowledge that Shogun itself was coming to the screen.
I think we can end with this, is that we have seen time and time again in modern television that the skill of adapting something and the skill of writing something new is completely different.
Yes.
And we just don't need to muddle the two. And that's what worries me here. So, moral of the story, Spencer, I think we're skeptical. I think we whatever the level beyond skeptical is, that's what we are. Is that fair?
It is 100% fair. It's the skeptical grounded in people that love what they were adapting and are less independently appreciative of their wholesale new work. Maybe it'll be great. I just don't necessarily have built-in confidence.
Have you eaten any more natto?
I have not. I've still got one. No, I have. I made one separate other edition of it. I've still got one of the 3-pack left in my fridge.
Okay. All right. People need updates on that. All right. Well, we will be back with you on this YouTube channel with any more news about Shogun Season 2 and potentially Season 3 as it breaks. We will be with you then. See ya.